Hello, and welcome to the weekly moon update. In these videos, we talk about the moon energy and a little bit of astrology for the current week. In this video's case, we're talking about the week of November 25th through December 1st. We have a waning crescent moon. This week, we had our last quarter moon last week. And so the light and the energy of the moon is going to continue to decrease throughout the week until we have a new moon on Sunday. Also happening on Sunday is Mercury retrograde. And then next week we have Mars going retrograde. I do not like this at all. So I feel like we need to use this week, even though we're probably like, I'm already tired. I'm filming this on Saturday. Normally, I film these like way far in advance, but like I am so tired already a week before the new moon. And I also feel the necessity to like get things done that you need to get done because I think the whole month of December is going to be a lot of miscommunication with the Mercury retrograde and a lot of like just things not working out, trying to do things, like actively doing things and just having them not work out. Maybe you have like these big plans and ideas for your holiday meals or like your holiday celebrations or like trying to get the perfect gift and then it just like doesn't really work out. I don't I don't like the energy of the rest of December. So, if you're interested in hearing more about my thoughts on December, I'll be on the Witching Hours podcast Thursday, December 5th, talking about the whole month of December and how I feel like we should approach this Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde. And maybe it's just me trying to like be an escapist and hang out in dreamland. I think that's what we're gonna have to do because it feels like the physical things, the physical tangible things in the real world, it just might not work out the way that we want them to. However, I do feel like the subconscious energy will be within our grasp. So, with that said, let's jump into this waning crescent slash new moon week. So our last quarter moon was on Friday of last week. So the moon is going to slowly darken from a half moon all the way over to a totally dark moon on Sunday. Really not a lot of energy to work with this week. I mean, in the beginning of the week, we kind of have a little bit of energy with this almost half empty moon, but just based on how I'm feeling on Saturday, I think that our energy is going to keep draining and draining and draining until it's dark on Sunday. If you're in the United States, we have a holiday week anyways, so hopefully you're able to like take it easy at some point this week and rest. Technically on Monday, early, if you get up before 6 a.m., you technically have Virgo energy. However, if you're waking up after 6:20 a.m., we'll be in Libra energy. So I know there's some of you out there that do not like air energy, but it is a nice kind of especially Libra air energy is a nice kind of fresh start to this week. Libra is the scales of justice and truth and harmony. So it's nice to just start off the week with that kind of energy. If air is very prominent in your chart, then sometimes air, and when the moon passes through an air sign, air is too much for you. It's anxiety, it's being all up in your head, thinking about things, worrying about things. So if air is too much for you, finding what helps you balance that energy, whether it's with earth energy and grounding and centering yourself. Sometimes it's water energy. That's like cleansing and clearing. Fire energy, I find, is a little bit too activating, like air and fire. Like fire needs oxygen to burn, but if we have too much oxygen, it has the capacity to like get too big of a fire and go out of control. So if air energy is too much for you, look at how you can ground and center yourself with earth, or find some like cleansing, clearing, releasing energy with water. However, if air energy feels good for you, it's mentally stimulating. This is breathing and clearing the air and having fresh new ideas. Specifically with Libra, again, this is justice and harmony. So really kind of taking that Virgo energy of fixing things, finding solutions, and Libra is the one that actually like does that balancing out of being the mediator in difficult situations, or finding that common ground so that everybody's happy. And Libra is really wonderful for helping navigate difficult situations. It's a waning crescent moon, but we're still so close to that last quarter that we have more energy here. So if there are things that you need to like figure out, things that you need to balance out, tying up loose ends, like finishing things, putting the last touches on things, putting the last touches on like your plan for your Thanksgiving meal, or like just, like balancing out those little things, those small little details that need attention, is going to be good for Monday and Tuesday. Some of you might be off for the entire week. However, if you do have to work at the beginning of this week, then this is a time for just like, getting those things done, those miscellaneous things that need wrapping up. And because you're going to be off the rest of the week and you need to just like get this done before you get to check out. So we'll be in Libra energy all day Monday and all day Tuesday. Early Wednesday morning is when we're transitioning into Scorpio. Kind of a long transition though. So Wednesday is going to feel, I like when we have these long void of course times, which is when the moon is transitioning from one sign to the other. I notice that you really feel that absence of a sign, and then like you'll really feel that transition into water at 7:21 p.m. Wednesday evening. So Scorpio energy is taking us into, if you're in the United States, into the holiday. And I kind of like this. So personally, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so I'm not going to like be around family or anything. But how I envision a Scorpio moon Thanksgiving meal is aliens. We're going to have those dark, weird, taboo subjects come up at the dinner table, and I'm all here for it. I almost kind of maybe want to go to somebody's Thanksgiving dinner and just to see what conversation comes up. And especially because we've been having the congressional hearings on the UFO. I hope it's aliens. I hope aliens are talked about at everybody's Thanksgiving table. It just cracks me up. So, and this is also, I mean, look how dark the moon is here. This is like a true waning crescent moon where you're going to see that little sliver of light in the sky. We're closing out the Scorpio moon cycle and spooky season on Thanksgiving Day. So look back at like what your intentions were for the Scorpio moon cycle and see where you are now, because that's going to help you start to figure out what it is that you want to set your intentions for the Sagittarius new moon on Sunday. So remember, Scorpio energy is cleansing and releasing, and we did a lot of reflection in the month of November and throughout Scorpio season and the Scorpio moon cycle. Some last minute reflection before we start dreaming and finding the direction. Where is your compass going to lead you for the Scorpio moon cycle? And this is where we're doing all of the planning for next year. Well, Capricorn is for the planning, like putting the plans in stone. Sagittarius is for the dreaming of like, what do I want to do? What adventures do I want to go on? What do I want to explore next year? And then Capricorn figures out, well, okay, you want to explore this thing. So we have to do X, Y, and Z in order to do that. So Scorpio energy all day Thursday, all day Friday, transitioning into Sagittarius early Saturday morning. starting at around 1:18 a.m. So another long transition, that like absence of a sign from 1 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock in the morning. We're probably going to be sleeping, obviously. We'll be in Sagittarius energy at 6:53 a.m. And that puts us in the new moon energy. So, and then look at Sunday. Look at all this crap that I got scribbled on here. So Mercury goes retrograde until December 15th in Sagittarius. So Mercury is in the same sign as the new moon. Mars is going retrograde next week in the sign of Leo. So this is like really dampening our fire. Sagittarius and Leo are both fire signs, and there's going to be a noticeable lack thereof, I think, for the month of December. So our new moon is happening very early in the morning, 1:21 a.m. So you can easily get away with celebrating the new moon on Saturday night and setting your intentions before you go to bed so that while you're in sleep and dream time during that new moon at 1:21 a.m., or you can stay up until 1:21 a.m., whatever you want to do. Celebrate the new moon. We'll be in Sagittarius energy until Monday morning around 11 o'clock a.m. So if you want to set your intentions, the best time to do that is going to be Saturday and Sunday. So how I usually celebrate the winter solstice on December 21st is a do nothing day. I kind of feel like this new moon is going to be a good day to do nothing. Do nothing, but kind of just like sit around and thinking about what you want to do. Maybe journaling about what you want to do next year, where you want to go, what do you want to do, what are your goals going to be? Just kind of sitting around daydreaming and really making it feel like epic. Like get very detailed about the things that you want to do. Really like visualize them, make them like grand epic adventures, and get like the details are going to be really important because of the Mercury retrograde. Remember, like when we're miscommunicating during a Mercury retrograde. So we want to be very specific. Mercury retrogrades are for like dotting your I's and crossing your T's, reading the fine print, reading in between the lines, being very clear and precise about the things that you say, the way you say them, because there's just so much misunderstanding here. So I think it's going to be important to be like really clear and detailed with your new moon intentions. Okay, so we are using Asha Frost brand new deck Animal Elders for our card for this week, and we got Elder Moose. Honor your lineage. This magnificent and agile animal moves into your cards, welcoming you to connect more deeply with your root. Your blood and cellular memory are being activated, and the lineages that live deep within you are coming alive in your heart and body. What medicine, stories, languages, or cultural connections have been broken? Did your ancestors have to assimilate or hide who they were to survive? Either way, Moose is here to help you reclaim what has been lost from your family lines. This elder is a proud and powerful symbol of endurance and resilience, reminding you that your ancestors moved through so much and the medicine of their strength resides in you. This is a time of honoring, reconnection, and activating past and present healing. Elder Moose brings the ancient wisdom of those who came before them and asks you to say a prayer, build an altar, or set an intention with your ancestral guides. Wait, the old ones surround you closely as Elder Moose reminds you of the importance of where you came from and the medicine of your ancestral lands that formed you. Ancestors have held certain mastery and heightened abilities step forward, and you are flooded with the same vibration of their gift. With Moose towering bulk at your side, you are safe to unlock the secrets of the past so that you can reclaim your brilliant future. And all of the ancestral spirits rejoice. Elder Moose speaks. When the old one speaks through your dreams and their ancient ways of knowing rise through your bones, know that I am walking by your side. As a lineage keeper of the forest, I remind you that the stories that live within your blood are good medicine. Call upon me when you want to acknowledge the pain of the past in order to bring healing and reconnection. You are a future ancestor, and we need your rich wisdom. So it's kind of interesting that November, I was in the November overview, I was talking about how Samhain, which is the last harvest and traditionally used to honor ancestors and your elders, was traditionally celebrated throughout the entire month of November. So I always try to focus on ancestors and tapping into that energy, honoring them for the entire month of November. So it's interesting that we're closing out November with this card, and also on a holiday that people usually get together with their families. So I think this is a beautiful message of remembering to maybe set an extra plate, leave some food or an extra beverage out for the people that you knew in this lifetime and have lost, but also maybe taking some time to think about the ones that you didn't know, the ones that were hundreds of years from you, and think about like what their lives may have been like, what a different time period that was, and all of the hardships and obstacles that they have overcome, because it does seem like collectively we are going through like a really big shift right now. And I've noticed everyone in this community sort of talking about how tired they are and how they're struggling, and it feels like something is coming, something is shifting, and like we are getting ready and preparing for it. And it sounds like our ancestors are here to help us through that as well. So we have a crown chakra card for today. Spirit team, open up to the spiritual realms. Your angels and guides have so much to share with you. As you move forward on your sacred path, visualize beings of light as your ever-present companions. When you feel afraid or unsure of your next steps, call upon your angels and guides and ask for help. Speak your needs out loud or write them down using your awakened voice to illuminate what you desire. Your personal spirit team stands ready to support you. The crystal they recommend to tap into this energy is purple fluorite, and the herb is pink lotus. Well, not only are our ancestors surrounding us this week, our spirit team is here as well. And yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes when we are struggling, we forget to ask for help and guidance. Maybe for some of us, it's going to be significant to ask what your next steps are, or what intentions you need to be setting on this Sagittarius new moon, like which direction. If you're having trouble finding direction, asking them to kind of point you in that way. And more purple, we have lepidolite, a powerful crown chakra activator. I have a lepidolite massage wand that I really, really love working with for massage. Okay, so I have a little bit of extra homework for everybody. We've got an extra card here. So I felt called to use this Soul Truth deck. Her name, Brianne Hovey. They're really wonderful, like journal prompt type cards. And our message for this week is, what am I grateful for right now? And it says to adopt an abundance mindset. Gratitude is the antidote to all our problems. It is impossible to be fearful and grateful at the same time. Gratitude improves our health, opens our hearts, and changes our state. Today's soul action is, or this week's soul action is, the universal law of attraction says that we attract into our lives that on which we are focused. So close your eyes, put your hand on your heart, and think of 3 things for which you are grateful for today. Notice the abundance growing within you. So this is going to be a wonderful practice, especially because we're celebrating Thanksgiving. And I recommend at least doing this practice on Thursday, but it would be nice to do this practice every night before you go to sleep or every morning when you wake up. Think of 3 things that you're grateful for and stay in that abundance mindset, so that you're ready to make your intentions on the new moon on Sunday. So I for sure am grateful for all of you for being here. Thank you to those of you who are watching the premiere right now and starting your week off with this video. And thank you to anyone who's watching later. And thank you for all of your support throughout this crazy freaking year. And I hope that you have a wonderful holiday if you are celebrating. And I hope that you are able to be with those that you appreciate and that uplift you and that make you feel proud to be the unique version of yourself that you came here to be, to fulfill your soul purpose. I hope that you're feeling encouraged to do that, because I think it's going to be important to set intentions around the idea of our purpose for next year. Thanks so much again. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon. The void of course times aren't on there either. Oh, geez. I am behind on the times. Literally. And we'll be in Sagittarius. We'll be in Sagittarius. Whoops.